What is up, guys? Welcome back to the Flip Podcast, Episode 8. It's been a while since we've done this, but we're finally back. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. A lot. I don't know. Where do y'all want to get started?
Well, we'll introduce our special guest today, Uncle Mike.
Howdy.
Uncle Mike.
Yeah, that's the name they gave me.
Yeah. How'd you get that name?
I was always like a year or two older than a lot of my buddies growing up, and kind of like if they ever need help getting anything, I was kind of always a guy.
Yeah.
But I don't know, just I kind of just stuck.
Mm-hmm.
I had some other names, and people call me Mike, and they're like, or Motorcycle Mike, or too much meds in the morning, Mike. I did. I had a Sportster for a while, but I crashed it.
Damn,
yeah.
My friend just crashed his bike.
Shit.
He got really fucked up.
I didn't even have a fucking license for it. I knew this old biker dude, and some of the parts weren't even on it.
Yeah.
The wheel wasn't even it was like so.
Damn.
Yeah, it was kind of cool though.
Yeah. That's dope though. You have your own podcast though.
Oh yes,
right?
sir. Yep.
Just started.
What's that about?
It's the Hi Uncle Mike show, and we kind of just dick off and just talk about whatever. We talk about a lot about music. I like rock and roll. I like funk and soul and good country. And we have a lot of guys come on, and hell, we had an episode we just talked about old school cartoons like Ed and Eddie and shit. Man, that's my shit. Man.
I remember
so
that
nostalgic.
show. I remember that show.
Dakota, he's a media expert. He knows every detail about every show, and we just talk kind of looking back in old times. Like that's what our shows were. Look at them now, like they suck.
Yeah. But you were just telling me about who you got coming up on there.
Okay, so
I really want to know now.
Oh, you're gonna shit a brick when you hear this. So my fraternity, one of my really good friends, his name is Ben Bridges.
Really?
Yeah, and his uncle is Jerry Bridges, and he was the bass player for Waylon Jennings.
No shit.
Yeah, Billy Joe Shaver, Willie Nelson, and all of them.
Damn.
And I'd heard the name, like his nickname, was Jerry or Bridges or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, that's his name anyway. But I play a lot of Waylon Jennings. I love that, especially like Billy Joe Shaver, Willie Nelson.
Outlaw country is my shit.
Yeah, I love that era of country a lot as well. And my buddy Drew goes, hey, Ben's uncle played for Waylon Jennings. I'm like, you're shitting me. And I called Ben up. I'm like, I was like, Ben, I will get on my knees, not in an appropriate way, but I will just let me please have him on. Like, talk to him at Christmas. I don't care. I will go up there in Nashville.
I bet he's got some crazy fucking stories.
I mean, look, man, back at that time, it was just so different and so wild and real outlaw shit.
Yeah.
And just like all the behind the scenes stuff. And there, Mike Judge, he has a show on YouTube called Tales from the Tour Bus, and he's actually on it, and he talks about all the stories that how do you think you stay awake 220 days a year doing shows? You're that's high crazy. All the time. I'm like, that's how things work.
Cocaine. That's the short answer.
Yeah, I mean, there's a story. It's called Atlanta Dog on there. Richie Albright, the drummer, and Waylon, they go in the room, and Waylon goes, "Hey, give me a bump." Gives him a bump, but he had given him 2 bags before. So, they're both Coke, so I'll mix them up together. Turns out one of them was, I believe, PCP, and one was Coke.
Oh, shit.
So they took a bump of both mixed up together.
Damn.
And Terry Jennings, he goes out to Waylon's son goes to the stage, and Richie's missing all the drums and everything. And then they go, hey, Terry, your dad thinks he's having a heart attack. You tell him he has that Atlanta Dog. And he goes to Waylon and goes, Dad, you're going to be okay? It's called Atlanta Dog. Going to be fine. And he went out there and played, and they're missing their strings and notes. And Richie said his drumsticks look like a Z.
No shit.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's heavy, man.
Damn. Yeah, that's dope. When do you think you're going to have him on?
He's gonna see him at Christmas at family Christmas, and he's gonna ask him. And I said, Ben, literally, if I died after the podcast, I'd be okay with it. Yeah, I'd be that happy.
I mean, Waylon, that's.
I mean, like growing up,
Waylon.
Like Waylon Jen. I mean, so at my house, I have all the Highwayman signatures: Johnny Cash, Waylon, Willie, Chris Christopherson, and like I grew up around older music, and I just love that shit, man. It's just so iconic.
There's something about that old era country that's just. Well, I mean, you could tell with the shit that they play on the radio now.
Oh god! Oh my god! Go Dan and Shay, go fuck yourself.
I fucking hate Dan and Shay.
I mean,
they literally played a song with Justin Bieber on the radio.
I like that David Allan Coe. I like that inbred shit, man. Like,
my friend, one of my coworkers, Cody, he he showed me David Allan Coe's X-Rated album. Have
Oh,
you heard
man.
that before?
Oh yeah, I've heard
Yeah.
Yeah,
some.
it's on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
It's pretty. It wouldn't go good in these times.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, like, but David Allan Coe also has some classics, like Never Even Call Me by My Name.
Mhm.
The Ride.
The Ride. Like
The
Houston
Ride.
Rodeo, we have the honky tonks there, and they have the bands come up and they play that. Man, that place is rocking.
Yeah.
I mean, you just love
Oh,
it.
Yeah. I mean, just country legends, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and and you look at it now, and
There's just like not that many.
there's nothing to sing about for them.
Yeah. I mean, the only people that I can see that are really continuing that old country vibe is my personal favorite is Coulter Wall.
Yeah. No.
I
Yeah.
fucking love
On the blacktop.
Coulter.
Yeah.
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 Sleeping on the black. I mean, his whole album.
You seen Hell or High Water, that movie?
No.
You need to watch that movie. It's so good, and they have his songs in there. Chris Stapleton. I like Chris
Yeah,
Stapleton.
I know they've been playing a lot of his songs on Yellowstone.
Yeah.
Which,
Yeah, I
speaking
like
of
Yellowstone.
That new season.
Yeah, I
It's been
just got
kicking ass.
started on it, man, and do not spoil it for me. I'll cry. It's fantastic, and I mean, Kevin Costner. He's a Western guy. He's been in Dance with Wolves,
Yeah.
and we were just talking about so 2015. I was just a young lad. I was just a chap. I'm still short, but and my buddy goes, "Hey, man, we're going to see Chris Stapleton, and this one girl, she don't want her pit ticket anymore. You want it?" I'm like, "Absolutely."
Damn.
So remember, 2015 he just came out with that, Traveler and all that. And
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
When that came out at that time, that was bigger than life.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah.
And we were in the Biloxi, Mississippi Coast Coliseum, packed house, front row.
Damn.
Oh my
And I have videos on my phone, like hearing Traveler and Fire Away and Parachute, and man, I rolled one up before show, and that was just the best show ever. And we stayed after.
Yeah.
And he was signing hats and stuff, and I had one of my straw hats signed by Chris Stapleton. You
That's-
saw it?
Yeah,
there
you
you
showed
go.
it to me. Yeah,
That's pretty
Yeah,
fucking cool.
did I kill hogs in that hat?
you did.
Yeah, I
He
did.
wore that. He wore that hat when we
Son
went
of
hog
a-
hunting.
That's the way to do it.
Son of a bitch.
That's the way to do
Yeah,
it.
we were pissed drunk on Lone Star too.
That's my favorite beer.
I love it.
And a
Tastes-
bottle?
My dad
Bottle's
used to
really
drink
good.
that shit when he would go down to Gillies all the time.
Oh, Urban Cowboy, yeah.
Yeah.
My dad went to Gillies '79 before they filmed Urban Cowboy, and man, I would have loved to have seen that place.
I know, right? It sucks that they fucking burnt it down. They should build another one or some shit.
Yeah, and not as family friendly either.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
Oh, have you been to Whiskey River yet?
No, but I know my dad's side. They all want me to go soon.
Let's
Whenever-
go, man. I'll go
when
with you. Let's go.
Yeah, whenever.
Let's go.
Well, I'm not 21 yet, so.
Well, yeah, you'll be there one day. Let's go.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can make fake vaccine cards, you can make fake IDs now, I hear.
That's a good point. That's a good point. They're a lot easier to get too.
Yeah, I mean, I used to go to Wild West a lot. I like Cowboys in San Antonio,
Mm-hmm.
and then you got Billy Bob's, in Fort Worth and
Yeah.
Dallas.
Mhm.
I love that. I just like that dancing because, being a young guy and going to these places, and you got the people there and the girls there and they're all ranchers. They're all, especially when the rodeo comes to town,
Oh, yeah.
and even if they're not, they're people who just like to go dance, and there's some really good dancers that do that.
Mm-hmm.
And you gotta have charm to go up to someone and say, "Hey, come on, let's go dance."
Yeah.
Come on. You gotta have charm to do that. And a lot of places, there are very few places left in society now where you gotta have personable charm to actually go dance with somebody.
Exactly. Yeah.
Really,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's not like at a concert where you just go like, "Hey, like when the like,
Y'all just jumping up and down
Yeah,
and shit
which
in
is
like
fun,
a circle.
too.
I mean, yeah, it's just two different crowds. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like, but I think it's a better experience whenever you go to like a bar.
Yeah.
It gets you out, lets you mature a little more or something like
oh
that.
yeah, and you go to the old school places.
Yeah.
Like I've been to some pretty old school places and saw some pretty raunchy shit. I'm like, well, I know what not to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have really like a Napoleonic complex for my short size. I mean,
Napoleon.
yeah, like I've been in a few bar fights, but like I knew my place. I was like, okay, I'm gonna fight that guy. He's my size.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go for that guy over there with the scar on his head.
Yeah. Exactly. You gotta pick your fights.
The
Yeah.
scar on his
Gotta
head.
pick your fights.
Yeah.
I know one of the places that I really want to go to is Green Hall.
Where's that?
Oh.
It's I think it's in
San Marcos, right?
somewhere
Is it
around.
honky
It's somewhere
tonk?
in that.
It's
Yeah,
somewhere
yeah.
around there, yeah.
It's like one of the oldest dance halls
I'll-
in like Texas.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I
near
got-
San
When
Marcos.
are we going?
I got a
guys?
bumper sticker out there on my truck from it. My dad went and he said, "Man, that shit's crazy."
Alan
He's
Jackson's
like, they
performed
still
there.
do it.
How far
Yeah.
is that from? Would that be from here? Is
It's
that-
near Texas State.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know where it's at, but
It's
no,
yeah.
like New Braunfels area. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
right
near
around there, yeah.
Seguin and all that.
Yeah.
Like San Antonio. Yeah.
Isn't the city called Green?
Probably.
Or like
Yeah,
the
but
little, it's like a really
Green
small
Texas
town called
is
Green
red,
or something.
though.
Yeah. But yeah, speaking of concerts, I know you went to Astroworld.
I did, yeah.
Yeah, what was that like? Because I know that's a big
So
thing.
I went the first
Crazy.
year, and I feel like the energy and everything was like the exact same as the first year. The first time I saw him, I mean, like Travis Scott, like I mean, he has a countdown to when he comes out, like always. When it gets like 5 minutes.
For all the kids that can't count, yeah.
Yeah, the crowd
For all
already.
the Fortnite kids.
You're like
yeah.
literally just body the body. I mean, some people hate it, but I love it. It's so much fun. You're just
Yeah.
body the body.
Yeah, I'm
hands to
down
your
with that.
side.
Like, if I'm in like in the zone for it, I'll love that stuff.
Yeah,
I'm at
and
a
you're just
festival,
like
yeah.
rocking back and forth. Like you just have to move with the crowd. But I will say, like this year, the difference was there's so many more people.
Yeah, especially
And
after
because-
COVID. Everybody's ready to get in
Yeah.
there and party. Yeah.
Well, and the thing is like, so the first year, a bunch of people like rushed the gates, right?
Yeah.
So then that was like the first year. So then
I
second
remember
year,
that.
everyone's like, oh, we can just rush the gates. So every year, it's just more and more people that get the balls like to rush the gates all together.
yeah, and there are people that
so-
just want to go and do that just to do that.
Mm.
Yeah.
So
I
this,
mean, they even did it at the Playboy concert
Yeah.
too.
So this year was definitely the most amount of people that rushed the gates. So there was like 20,000 people that shouldn't even have been in there.
Yeah.
Shit.
So it was just a lot more people. So like, I mean, you have to know, like, if you're at a music festival, any music festival, if you're at the front, like, you know you're gonna get pushed up against the gate.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
you just
yeah.
know that's gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. Fuck that.
But
So where were you standing?
I was kind of in the middle. So I actually did fall at one point,
Yeah.
but like 3 guys just instantly like picked me up by my armpits, just like threw me back up.
Oh,
Like
a
3
rocket
I-
ship.
Yeah, I fell back. Like 3 seconds later, 3 dudes just like lift me up, and I'm just like,
Damn.
get back up. And then a second later, someone's like, oh, bro, here's your phone. I was like, thanks.
Damn.
Yeah, so I was just like around a bunch of angels.
Damn. Yeah.
So yeah, I was very lucky,
I'm
but
glad there
So
were angels
I
there.
didn't see anything that happened. I didn't see any ambulances or
You didn't
anything.
hear
And I was like,
anything?
no, like literally nothing. It was just like the concert. It was just like it felt normal.
Yeah, but that
So
just
then-
goes to see like how the massive size the crowd was.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then I wake up in the morning, like getting ready for day 2, gonna see Earth, Wind and Fire, Sheck West, all of
Oh
them.
my
like,
God.
I'm like,
Earth,
let's
Wind, and
do
Fire would have
this.
been a fat.
If
vibe.
Yeah,
I
I
had
know.
known that they were gonna be there, I would have gone. I've seen them before. They're fantastic.
Really?
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
so they were supposed to be the
Damn.
second day. So I wake up in the morning. I have like a text from my mom, like a few of my business partners. Everyone's like, "Hey, are you okay? Are you okay?" Like
Damn.
we heard
so
about
you,
what
like,
happened at Astroworld.
You really knew that none of this
Literally
shit
nothing.
happened.
So then I go on Google and it's like 8 people dead. I was like, "Holy shit!" I was like, "What?"
So
I'm like
so,
seeing these videos.
So it was
coming out.
split
That's
up into
wild.
sections, right? Like 4 sections. You had like the stage up here, and then like one section.
It wasn't
one section.
sections. It was just like the
It was
stage
just
and a
like
crowd.
It was just stage and a crowd.
Yeah, literally. Like it was just stage and
So
a crowd. I
were
mean,
you
there was a
on-
walkway in the middle, so like, say like the stage is up front,
Yeah.
and then dead center there was like a little walkway that went to the camera guys
Oh,
that were like
okay.
in the middle.
Okay.
So that I guess it was separated in 2. I guess.
Were you
technically.
on? Were you on?
I was on the right side.
You were on the right side.
Yeah.
Where did all the stuff go down?
I have no idea. I
And
mean,
the
you
videos
see
look
the
like
vi-
in the front, like
The
he's
front.
like
Yeah,
on the
most of it's
stage
in
and
the
there's like an
front.
ambulance down there.
Damn.
Then there's that asshole dancing on the fucking
Yeah.
ambulance.
Yeah.
So
But I mean, I mean, it's hard to like point fingers and stuff, but
Oh,
like,
yeah.
but like, I think a lot of it comes down to just like the people in the crowd. Like if you see someone fall, it's like, I mean, it's what happened with me. Like I fell down, like people instantly were like just lifted
Yeah.
me right back up, and then someone even handed me I didn't even know my phone fell out of my pocket. Someone like just handed me my phone. Like I mean, like what kind of a piece of shit are you? Like if someone falls down, you just like keep jumping on
Yeah.
on top of them. You know, like you're not on the ground.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
it's
I saw a video on Reddit. Yeah, I go on Reddit. I saw a video on Reddit, and it was fucking crazy. Like, it was ambulance here. Travis Scott's doing his Travis Scott stuff. I'm sure Kylie's very proud.
Yeah.
And there were fans literally getting up to the stage, yelling at him, and other people just stop the show and get help down there.
Really?
Like, there were people really trying to help people, and there were people just being pieces of shit.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like that mob mentality, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, but as time goes on, a lot of the youth, I feel like, and we're still count as that. They grew up a lot different than we're older. Like we didn't grow up with that kind of music.
It's
It's
sorta-
a different kind of atmosphere.
Yeah.
And everything now is like to get the video instead of getting for help. But I bet Mr. Scott wishes all the 20,000 people that came in and didn't pay tickets. I wish they did, because he's gonna need that for those lawsuits.
Yeah. But at the same time, since you didn't hear anything,
Mhm.
do you think that it's right or not that it's right. It's fair to assume that he didn't hear anything too, since I mean he's literally being backed up by fucking fire too, and smoke machines.
So of all the people that I like spoke with me about this, my grandma, she said like when you're a performer on stage, like you're just like locked in, like you're in the zone.
Yeah.
And like you don't like there's so many lights and stuff like all over the place that it's like hard to see. And there was like a few points, I'm sure y'all saw on TikToks, but I remember too, where he'd stop and be like, "Hey, like everyone back up like off of this guy."
Mm-hmm.
You know. But I don't know, it was just I mean it's hard to say, but I mean I don't know. I don't think he expected like anyone died. Because I mean, think of like when Michael Jackson, his concerts, people would pass out in the crowd just because they're like, "Oh my God, it's Michael Jackson."
Mm-hmm.
And like, not to say that he's at like that level of stardom, but to some people, they're like, "Holy shit, it's Travis Scott."
I went to one when I was a baby.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, there was a baby at Astroworld. I saw a baby. I literally saw someone had their like carrying their baby out
like
with
an
the
actual
earmuffs.
baby,
like literally like. Less than a year, they're holding a baby and they had like the earmuffs on it.
Yeah.
Like when I was leaving, I saw them and I was like, "What the fuck? Get a babysitter."
That doesn't
Like,
make any sense.
Literally, that does like.
Well, I mean, yeah. Well, you know, I mean, I'm a hippie. Like, you know, I go to concerts and you know, like, you know, a lot of like psychedelic rock and Billy String stuff. I mean, people bring kids there, but it's a different kind of environment. But I remember, my mom was a professional dancer, like very choreographer worldwide. Like she did that, you know, did a lot of work. We even have we have Michael Jackson's Off the Wall album signed.
Oh, that's dope. Damn.
And I can't remember where we were, Bucharest or Budapest, one of them. And I remember distinctly being very young. The only way people could get to the crowd was people were fainting, and they drag them out, and you got closer.
Yeah.
Then you get closer to the stage, and just, I mean,
like
it wasn't a history tour. I don't think it was a history tour. It was one of those, but it's just like that amount of people. And people don't think about, like, Michael Jackson was the biggest thing, like, on Earth for a long fucking time.
Yeah.
I mean, he was like the man.
Yeah, he invented the robot, man. Like 1973 on Soul Train. This is the first time the robot came out, and he did it.
Shit.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, in 1973, they had Soul Train, and they were singing. I think it was. I forgot the song. It was like. I think it was Dance Machine, and he did the robot. Hell, you can find the clip. It's pretty amazing to watch. And you can see all his brothers drumming, all of them kind of like trying to do what he's doing, and they can't do it. They just don't know what he's doing. You can see the afro bouncing and shit. But I mean, that's just so iconic. But like those crowds, I've been to some pretty wild shows, but nothing like what went down there. And I'm always terrified of that. If I've been to like Hangout Fest and stuff, I'm normally there every year. And I'm always like, man, what if some shit did go down?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, that's gotta be horrifying.
But then, like then you had the person just sticking people with the needle.
Okay, I heard about that.
That's
I was
just
gonna ask
fucking
you about
that's
that.
ridiculous.
I heard about that.
Like he like stuck. You heard about that?
Yeah, where
he stuck
he was
like a security guard with.
He was injecting people with some shit.
Fentanyl.
Fentanyl.
He was injecting people with fentanyl.
If you do that, you should be taken outside.
Yeah.
Skinned alive.
I mean, did they not have like any like fucking? I guess since the gates were rushed.
Yeah, but
I showed up at like 3 by that time. Like they had all the security up. We went through like 2. It was like normal festival security. Like if you had a bag, they'd check it. There was like a metal detector, and then they had if the metal detector went off, they have the guy with the little black thing.
Yeah, they don't really do much.
But I mean, it was like the same as like any other festival by the time I got there.
I guess no one was expecting that kind of.
But that's just ridiculous.
Yeah,
I mean, how do you? I mean, there's not a lot of.
You can expect people to die.
Well, I told him earlier. You know, I said Astroworld. I remember watching the documentary for Travis Scott, which was very good.
It was. Look, Mom, I Can Fly, right?
Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah, and they showed the video, and I remember Astroworld is known for people, and they showed the video of breaking down the gates and stuff. Yeah. I'm like, man, like. I've been to some concerts. If you try to pull that shit, you'd be dragged out. But there's just so many people. I'm like, I would have thought that they would have been prepared for that.
Yeah, because every year it's just more and more people that rush the gates.
So do you think that Astroworld's ever gonna happen again?
I don't know. I don't know about that.
That's a big if.
How much are all the lawsuits? How much?
It's almost like it's $2 billion.
Yeah. What?
Overall.
Well, I mean, I hope you enjoy that mansion.
Well, it's $2 billion not towards Travis, but towards like Live Nation, Travis, Drake, apparently for some fucking reason.
Yeah, Drake was like, bro, I wasn't even supposed to be there.
Drake's the type of guy that like closed the refrigerator door with his hip.
Honestly.
I have some rapping. I like Wu-Tang and Chronic and Eazy-E and stuff. Because my favorite rap song ever made was is Brenda's Got a Baby by Tupac, and it's fantastic. It's about
Tupac or Biggie? Who's
no, Tupac. Yeah.
No, but who's your favorite?
Oh, I like Biggie Smalls a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, those songs, they're like, they went through shit. They really, really had, and there are a lot of rappers now that also went through that. But I feel like what was that? What was that music channel? They had all the rappers on there, and they had like the cringe dude. They had like the backpack guy with that weird TikTok dance.
I have no idea what you're
I
talking
know
about.
I know who the backpack kid you're talking about is, but I don't know the show.
It was a music channel. It was on YouTube, and they had these rappers, and they were just, the lyrics were awful. But I'm like, you got these rappers. I feel like they're.
Are you talking about like Genius?
Yeah.
Genius.
Yeah,
okay,
they have some good performers, and they have some
Yeah.
not so good ones. And I'm like, we got like there's a guy out of Florida, Hot Boy. I think he's excellent, and I like rap when I'm in the mood. And that's some real like hard like one of his videos is I believe a funeral for a buddy of his or a family member that got killed in a drive-by. Yeah. And we got a lot of these guys coming in that didn't go through that struggle, and that popular stuff kind of overshadowing all the hard stuff, and I think that's kind of the problem.
I know I think it's you can tell whenever a rapper's being genuine about their music and stuff. Like I got friends that are post music on SoundCloud. They'll talk about like drive-bys and shit. And I'm like, dude, I went to high school with you. You like never did any of that shit.
Yeah, it's so disingenuous.
But last thing on Travis though, I mean, the thing that does piss me off is like all of these like rumors and conspiracies about like him planning it.
Oh, the cult.
All this stuff on TikTok has been like that pissed me off. Like about like they're like, whoa, there's 8 pillars of fire. He knew like it was for the 8 people.
Or like
that
the
died.
mouth, walking into the mouth thing. Like dude, that was literally you didn't have to walk through that. That was optional.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, they're like,
wait, is it really an option? Is it really?
Yeah,
an
it's just like in the middle. It's open. I have a video of like when we're walking past it. I didn't want.
Did you hear the? It's funny. You ever heard about the devil cult one, right?
No.
Or the devil cult.
Yeah, look at this. So they're like, you have to walk through his mouth to get in. Look, you literally see me. I'm walking through the side of it.
I don't want to walk through that fucking shit.
But yeah, see, like we walked on the side of it. But like,
show it to the camera.
Oh yeah. Here, this is my experience at Astroworld. That's like the mouth. Everyone's saying you have to.
Yeah, it was so much stuff.
You can make a conspiracy on anything, but Ace Frehley from Kiss, he started one about like the devil cult, and it went really viral.
The stage looked like a portal.
Concert.
A portal.
I was like, the stage looks dope as fuck. You can't lie. That stage setup
that's a dope stage.
That was one of the craziest setups I've ever seen.
Man, that's pretty rad. I like that stage. It looks like the Himalayan mountains.
That was insane. Yeah.
I would have thought it was Rocky Mountains or something.
Yeah.
And then it glowed at night. Like then we because most of the concerts were at the other stage, but then he was at that one. Then at night, they're like, yeah, he had a bird on fire. Like it's just.
Oh
Jesus,
yeah, people were talking about that. It's a fucking
a dove.
Dove.
Yeah, on fire. It wasn't even a dove. It was just a bird.
Doves. I don't see the problem.
But yeah, it was crazy though. It was. I mean,
like,
I had a lot of fun. I didn't know anything happened, and then next week I find out I'm getting a refund. So I mean, I saw Don Toliver.
How much you get back?
Full refund.
How much was it?
It was $370.
So did you buy your tickets from the website?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I bought them from the website.
So how would that work if you like bought them off like SeatGeek or some shit?
You're probably fucked. Yeah, SeatGeek probably made a shitload of money.
Yeah.
Well, think of like people that bought tickets and resold. So then they sold their ticket and then they get their refund back from Astroworld.
$370 for how many people? 2 people.
That's one.
Wait. Hold a minute. Wait, $370 for one ticket.
Yeah, that's another thing. They were fucking way outrageously priced this year.
They must be compensating for some loss because that is ridiculous.
Yeah,
it was $370. It was like $350 each plus tax.
Wasn't
$349
the year before? It was like what, like 100 or something like that.
The first year I went, it was like $150.
150?
Yeah.
Oh,
well, I mean, that's pretty reasonable. Yeah. I can understand $100, $150.
Yeah.
But this was the first time it was 2 days.
Yeah.
In the past, it's only been a one-day fest, so this was the first year it was 2 days.
And I looked at the lineup, and it wasn't really anything that like
crazy,
I was crazy about. Like
the
only people that I really wanted to see.
I would have been happy.
Yeah, it was like Baby Keem, Travis,
Don Toliver. I've been obsessed with Don Toliver.
Yeah, I fuck with Don Toliver. My sister's boyfriend actually knows
his concert was really fun. Don Toliver's was
really fun. Your sister's boyfriend like knew him? What were you saying?
He knows him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he works with. I don't know if I can say
on, man.
But yeah,
beautiful. That's a beautiful voice.
He played 2K with him. He said that Don was talking trash and everything. It was pretty funny. But what were you talking about the devil cult thing?
Okay, so Ace Frehley from Kiss, you know Kiss. You know the band Kiss, the class. Oh, I want rock and roll all night, party every fucking day. I read it. He started the rumor of this conspiracy that it was a devil cult, and you know you can make a conspiracy out of anything. You can make a conspiracy out of anything nowadays, right? And he was giving all his points. I'm like, I don't know, man.
It's just people with too much time on their hands, honestly. Like conspiracies, like really, that's
you
just,
can really tie anything into fucking anything if you try hard enough.
It was stupid.
You got a
I
bunch
was
of
just,
young kids out there that have never seen crazy shit go down, who have TikTok and want to get that clout.
Yeah.
And they don't give a fuck. They want that clout.
and I guarantee you, all the people that like made a conspiracy and posted on TikTok, they weren't even there.
Oh,
I
no,
guarantee
yeah,
you that they weren't even fucking there.
I'm not gonna get my hardcore opinion about it because I wasn't there.
Yeah,
but thanks to social media. Oh,
Yeah.
You're
It's
gonna give me started. Like, I mean, everybody's a fucking expert. Everybody is just
I mean,
a genius.
everyone. I mean, even so. For example, I don't know if you've heard about this, but the Danny Duncan situation.
Who's that?
He's a YouTuber, pretty big YouTuber. Has a couple.
Yeah, have you seen the
million
shirts "Virginity Rocks"?
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah,
that's his merch.
That's
That's
him.
him.
Yeah, I
That's
saw
him.
it in Puerto Rico have that. Yeah. Actually.
Yeah, "Virginity Rocks." Yeah,
Wait,
that's
it does rock.
that's his.
But,
Until someone touches your cock.
But he had just recently been accused by one of the main guys that he did videos with, Sun Hat Kid, that he was abusing him and would like punch him and everything. And immediately people are fucking like, okay, yeah.
yeah.
My friend has a Virginity Rocks skateboard. It was pretty
I
funny.
love to skate.
Yeah. But he was accused of like abuse for his employees and everything. And it's crazy to see how like just that one fucking video, just one side of the story, like a 40-minute video, they're immediately jumping Danny's shit. Like you don't know if any of that shit is true.
Yeah.
Like there's some shit that he said in the video that like just doesn't make any sense. Like why would someone actually even do that? Like he would just chill in his room and then Danny would start beating the fuck out of him or something.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing about social media, like now we have that stimulus, and now we can say whatever the hell we want on demand.
Mm-hmm.
It don't matter if you're right or wrong or you're there or not. I mean, if you get to cancel somebody nowadays, and hey, job well done, I guess. You know, it's just shit like that.
I mean, it's just.
And some of it is real, like the Ellen. You know what's weird about the Ellen thing? Remember Ellen DeGeneres? She had like a POW camp going on in the background of her show or what? You know, she was doing some weird shit. She was doing she got accused of that bad shit, if you remember.
Yeah.
And like, I'm not saying I don't believe it because I do not doubt it happening. Because she seems like a wacko.
Yeah, she doesn't seem.
I've been on her stage before when I was a
like
kid.
if you just look at her, the way she like looks at people, it's like you look fucking psychopathic.
Look at a pelican.
My mom used to be obsessed with her.
I mean, her shows are funny. I'm not gonna lie. I would watch like the Christmas shit. I wanted to see what people were getting and all that.
Speaking of funny, we just watched the Dave Chappelle special last night, the newest one.
Oh, I loved that. It was
the
super
newest one.
funny. The entire time I was locked in on those two like colored hair girls that were. The entire time I was just focused on that.
Every time the camera went to the crowd.
We were all looking at them, and you can see their face go.
Yeah, you could just see him just fucking sitting there all pissed.
Dude, the way the crowd just like silenced when he was talking about Daphne, dude, that was sad.
Who's Daphne?
The transgender
Oh,
girl that killed
that
herself.
he befriended. Yeah.
Oh, the one in
remember he's
Ohio?
transphobic. Remember?
Yeah.
And he was making a point like, hey, I'm fucking not. And the reason I think was so funny is because he was talking about shit that, you know, whatever your opinion about this shit is, you know, the average Joe in America just, you know, doesn't give a shit. And they're tired of hearing about this or that or that. And it's funny because he related to, like, the average person about certain issues. Like, you know, I'm not a bad person just because I think of this or think of that. And he shut it down. And that's why everybody loved it because he wasn't bowing down to the political correctness.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at every company and everything, like to get political for a second, they all bow down to the left because they're afraid of this cancel culture thing.
Oh yeah.
Hey, the only thing that's canceling me is myself. No motherfucker's gonna cancel me.
Exactly.
I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
It's like just because people on their side disagree with you means that they're right. And and it doesn't make any sense. Like people are so determined to satisfy people's feelings rather than what's actually right.
Yeah, and you see that all the time in these fucking advertisements.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
what?
like there's
It's so weird.
There's
it's
always
so
gonna
forced.
be they're trying to make it one side to a story when there's fucking two. There's always gonna be two sides to everything. You can't just have one side. They're trying to create like a perfect world when there's no such thing as a perfect world. People are going to disagree.
Absolutely. And what was really funny is, given my background being through, having many interests, I have many friends who believe in all kinds of things. I've had friends, who are very close with Black Panther Party members.
Yeah.
I've had friends who are Marxist, friends who are socialist, communists, and we still roll one up and have a good time. And, here's the thing, our common denominator is music. We like music.
Yeah.
And, we really, and like my buddy Will, we might not agree or disagree on all things, but, we don't give a shit.
Exactly.
And I feel like, now that the less people are more personable and face-to-face now, the easier it is, obviously, to talk shit on people. Because if you're behind a keyboard, behind your phone, I don't have a consequence, do I? I can say what I want.
Yeah.
So if I say, Cameron hates this or that, but you get to know Cameron, he's not like that at all.
Yeah.
But, if you go out in public, people are like, oh, you're this, you're that. I'm like, but you don't even know me.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so stupid.
It's a slippery slope with social
I-
media and all that.
It's slippery.
Yeah.
I fall all the time.
I mean, like even like the stuff a couple months ago with Mr. Beast in his past streams.
Is that the dude that
Fucking-
like buys a lot of shit from people?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he would say the F word, but for gay people.
Yeah.
And people got super mad because they're like,
You see,
you
like-
can't say that shit.
Some parts of the world, like the word is for a cigarette.
Yeah.
Or a pallet. Like.
And then Chris, the other guy in his
Mm-hmm.
videos, was saying the N word on stream and everything like that. And my personal opinion.
Here we go. Speaking of cancel,
Buckle up.
My personal
We're ready to get some subscribers.
my personal opinion is, like I get that like a lot of it has to do with like being tied to like slavery and
Yeah. In
and
the
all that
past.
shit. But I think the word has evolved so much more differently
Oh, absolutely.
in today's culture than it was in then. Like how many
100%.
you don't actually hear like anyone, or at least I've never heard anyone say it in like an actual abusive intent
Yeah.
or something like that. It's like it's more, to me, the word means like brotherhood. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like y'all are like, tight, like close friends.
My buddies call me that all the time. Can I say something real quick? Like,
I mean, we can all edit this shit out later if we want. So.
dude, don't even, man. Like,
Dude, Rusty's whining. At
Yeah, do you just want to open that door really quick?
So, I've witnessed some in real life. I have witnessed some quite racist situations on multiple ends, different kinds of groups of people, especially traveling a lot. I've been a privy to myself.
Yeah.
And I never had or have ever had the urge to want to say, that word, whether it's an A at the end of it or an ER. It's not my thing.
Yeah.
And I think about that. Like, I love old school Jamaican dance hall reggae. Like, I'm in the Caribbean a lot. I dive and surf. I have Rastafarian buddies. And like, it's like they wear dreadlocks. As a white dude, it's not my thing. Like, it's just not my thing. And, and I don't want to bother. And I just feel like it's not my place. It's not my thing.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about a lot of other stuff like that. Like, hey, it's just not my thing. Say it. I'm not going to say it or wear it or do it, this and that. And I feel like some people just kind of try to, like, kind of be a part of it, and it's just like, no, man. But it's okay. It's not. That's okay.
It's weird because I feel like, the world's a lot more accepting now than it was way back then and everything like that.
I don't know.
I would say it's a lot more accepting, but I think
Yeah.
what makes it non-accepting is when people put emphasis on the bad shit that's happening.
Yeah, and
Like,
the only
if you
thing you
get-
hear about is bad shit. You don't think
Yeah.
good
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
Everything's negative.
I mean,
Yeah.
like literally, you turn on the news and it's all just negative shit with
Yeah.
like it'll be a good hair day tomorrow. Like I don't give a fuck
I don't
about
give
that.
a fuck.
I'm like-
I still have AOL. Yeah, I know. I laugh at that. I still have AOL. I know. But
Damn.
yeah, and I I look at, and I don't know who the hell's even running that thing anymore because I see like first of all, what do we think on Trump or not? I hear about this shit every day. Like, oh, he did this, and that. I'm like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit what this just said. I'm like, you know the things I've heard at the gas station at 6 a.m. on the way duck hunting, like in Mississippi.
What?
Bring a camera crew down there, like, if you want to get some
Yeah,
stories.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
like
If you really want to cancel some motherfuckers.
Yeah, I am. And let me tell you something. Like, it's like they announce, they talk about shit that I like. Even like the advertisement, they talk about shit that is so removed from reality, and like now everybody's a celebrity. Everybody's everybody's a celebrity, and that's why I've lost interest in professional sports. Like, I don't give a shit.
It's so like there's places where politics don't belong, and that's in sports and music, because that's the shit that should bring everyone together and not divide people.
100%.
And it's so annoying when you hear like
a message.
Of course, people are gonna have their opinions. Like, athletes are people too; they're gonna have their own opinions and stuff. But don't bring it to the court. And don't bring it to interviews. And don't bring it to post-game interviews. And anything like that. Keep that shit out of the sports world.
Yeah.
And no one's going to give a fuck. You're going to be able to have your opinion, do all that shit, especially with LeBron James. I used to look up to that dude. But fuck him.
Yeah, he's tall as hell. I look up to him too.
Like, it's so fucking annoying. Like, dude, just shut the fuck up, play your sport, and then have your opinion off the court.
Yeah, and whatever your opinion is, I'll respect it.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, you look at football. I'm a huge football guy. Look at football in the 70s and 80s where they weren't getting paid as much, and they're playing for heart and soul, and they're breaking bone. And I feel like in the past 10 years, as more politically influenced people have gotten, there's been a massive decline in performance because I'm sorry, how fucking much is Ezekiel Elliott get paid? And they play
Too
like
much.
they get. Look, these guys are overpaid. They get paid too much.
I played him in fantasy. I played against him in fantasy. He had 6 points this week.
But it's like I don't see that drive. Like, as a kid, I grew up watching like Kobe Bryant and all that, this and that, and all these teams. And I used to love the NBA. I used to love it. I remember a time when no one gave a shit what your opinion was at all.
Exactly.
You're there,
yeah.
And at the end of the day, you're good at football, this and that, basketball. You're good at that.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I know you as. I don't want to know you as the dude that gets on Twitter, and Twitter sucks. I don't have Twitter.
Yeah,
I don't have TikTok. I do go on. I watch like the dark humor compilations from TikTok on YouTube, and they're hilarious. Yeah. They're so funny.
But I think it's
Dallas Goddard has freaking 28 points.
Speaking of sports, the fucking Texans,
makes me wanna
man.
throw
Oh
up.
God! Wait, are they still? Are they? Didn't they beat the Titans? Isn't that one win? I mean, the Lions.
We've won
Lions
2
still haven't
games.
won a game. They're losing to the Vikings
The
right now.
Lions couldn't even lose the game. They tied.
Yeah. Which amazingly was a Steelers.
Oh wait, Lions are winning right now. They're
No
beating
shit.
the Vikings.
I had a feeling that they were going to win this one because the last game.
They're
of the
winning by
year-
8. Of course, when I play the Vikings defense against them, they want to do good. That's what happened with the Texans last week.
That's
Was it
like-
last
that's why
week?
they call
I
it
played the
fantasy.
defense.
I went to the game.
Or was it
bro.
2 weeks ago? I don't know. I played a team against the Texans, their defense, and of course the Texans won. Like, I'm playing defenses against shitty teams, and then they win.
I went
It's
to
annoying.
that Jets game, and I posted a TikTok about how dead the place was.
Gronk has 2 touchdowns. This is
That shit-
crazy.
Gronk,
Look at
what
this.
a guy.
So his tight end and my tight end both have 2 touchdowns.
Damn.
But Dallas is killing it right now. Go there.
Yeah. Dallas is another one of those things. It's like people dick ride the Cowboys so much. I mean, their fan base is loyal. I'll give them that.
Reverse cowgirl, that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad used to go to the games all the time in the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
And, going back to music, it was so wild. The music back then is so much more relatable now than it ever was.
Yeah.
People don't realize it. Look, like 1972, my dad goes to Dripping Springs reunion to see Willie Nelson and all those guys. It was the first time he ever saw hippies and cowboys and whoever else there together without fighting.
Yeah.
Because they're there for the music.
Mm-hmm.
I've been to concerts that, the average person wouldn't expect me to go to.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't give a shit. No one else did,
Yeah.
Like when, I'll be at an airport and they'll have CNN on there. I don't know why. and some lady under her breath goes, I'm like, what, man? Like, you're sitting next to me drinking Bloody Mary. What? She tells me, like, I just think this and that. I'm like, the thing about that is this. I don't believe that.
Yeah.
They'll say, like, oh, this country is this and that, this and that, this, that. Like, people got to stop seeing each other for this or the color. And that. I'm like, dude, I've never done that. Like, here's the thing that, like,
I think the biggest problem is that we still acknowledge people's color.
I know,
Like,
but it's
people will
like
still-
now in a weird way where it's like flipped. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like,
Flipped.
Flipped. Yeah.
That's the
It's flipped.
first time the word's been used.
Yeah, we mark that down. And very little. My dad took me to see B.B. King.
Mm-hmm.
All my favorite artists are black,
Yeah.
and some are Cuban. Isn't it? You know, I didn't care about. I cared about the music.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm here to listen. I'm here for the music. That's what everybody else is here to listen to. You know, and that's really what it's all about. But when you learn about these bands, learn about these concerts and their performances, you really learn like how they really brought people together. Because you go from that time to now in this country, it's pretty remarkable.
Yeah.
There was a time where you were not. There was someone like you probably wouldn't be allowed to be going to certain stores, or you know. Just because you're a little darker than me, like that's how fucked up we were at one point.
Yeah.
And now we're not, and we're still bitching.
And yeah, it's when is like what I just don't get when is it gonna be enough? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
that's
you're
true.
you can't eliminate a mindset.
Yeah.
Like racism is a mindset. It's a mindset. You can't eliminate the way someone thinks.
Mm-hmm.
It's always gonna be there. It's always gonna be. You have to. You can't.
It's learned.
Yeah.
It's not born. You're not born with this.
Yeah, it's learned and everything like that. But people are always gonna, or there's always gonna be racist people. It's not something that you can eliminate. You have to learn to live with it.
You know, I think, you know, I've experienced racism towards myself and other people through my travels. But here's a particular story. A few years ago, I was in a gas station. 53. You know, I'm not gonna say the name of the place, but it's a cool little quick stop. You know, it's a great place. You know, I go there all the time. And it was a different owner at this time, and the owner had nothing to do with it. But you know, it always changed. You know.
Yeah.
One day I was in there. This is right before it closed for like a year, and there was a mixed race couple. There was a white girl and a black guy, and they had a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm in line, and this old dude is murmuring under his breath, and he says the word Jaybird, which is a very old school, very derogatory term for a mixed race couple, I believe. And you know, they were as nice as could be, as polite as I could, and the guy was still a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know, I learned a lot that day because, you know, that was a real case.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that really, really was a real thing. Now, I feel like that's very, very rare nowadays.
Yeah.
But I feel a lot of people on Twitter haven't really experienced that. Now, I have black friends of mine who experienced similar stuff, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's just a fact of life. But the fact that I think people still can live together, there's always more good than bad is how I see it.
Yeah.
There's going to be good, bad people no matter what you look like, what you're wearing. I don't care, you know.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate, but, you know, the world sucks, but America still sucks less. Things could be way worse.
Exactly.
And compared to back then, I mean, we've really come a long, long way.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we don't give ourselves the credit to acknowledge that.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Still work to do.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Rawr.
Do you have a cat? Hold on.
A cup?
No, I got one in your car. I can go run out and get it if I have to.
Oh, I mean, we could probably wrap this up another 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, how long has it been?
43 minutes.
43 minutes.
Oh,
yeah,
already?
see? That's what
Yeah.
it just flies by.
Shit.
But yeah, no, the Texans suck.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's been 43 minutes.
Today I made put a post on Instagram and my Snapchat. You know, Funkadelic.
Yeah.
You know, and I love Funkadelic, and that's what George Clinton. All they were just talking about music. You know, and that's fun fact. It's one of my favorite bands. Go check them out. You'll love them. And NFL. I don't think it's for me. I don't watch NFL as much anymore, and especially I'm a Saints guy. You know,
Yeah.
and I took all my Saints shit out, and I burned it.
I know.
It's after this game.
That Taysom Hill,
Well, what I did was,
4 interceptions.
so Hurricane Ida hit, and I was down in
Yeah.
New Orleans working the hurricane. You know, and we were with the Cajun Navy and all them. You know, we were doing our work and stuff, and I love working after stuff like that. That's really where you meet the good side of people, especially down where I live. You know, everybody's really hospitable.
Yeah.
And it was the first game back, Hurricane Ida. 0-4 Giants come down. And the Saints played as if they just did not want to win the game. You know, I remember a time where you didn't see shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
There was no drive, and I watch game after game now where there's no drive. There's no, like, emotion there. There's no passion there. And here, okay, let's rant. This is another reason I can't fucking stand the NFL. How the fuck do these shitty coaches just get another job and go somewhere else? And like, if I suck at my job, I went to the other place and be like, no, you suck. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
And like well, you know, they're getting the fucking talking heads on the dog shit sports network. Like, well, you know, he had a rough season. He didn't win a game, but you know, he got fired and he's going to this team. And I'm like, but like, that's not exciting. Get someone new and get some fresh meat in there, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm like, and I'm tired of hearing it. Like, I listen to like one of those fucking shows. Colin Cowher or whatever, and they talk, and they're not ever really right half the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I mean,
I think it's annoying because from what I've seen, some of those people have never played professional sports.
Oh my god! And they have all these guests on. I never even heard the name. We have John Johnson on. I'm like, who the hell is this guy?
They just get people with the same fucking first and last name, and immediately they know about sports.
Yeah, and like, I mean, I don't know how the hell. Here's another game, like the Jets beating the Bengals.
Oh yeah.
No shit.
That game, I felt as if I just shoved a bunch of gravel up my ass. Like, that's how, like, I was like, what? Wait, but, like, I was scratching my head. I was like,
yeah.
No, you can say, oh, they had a good day. That's sports. Yeah, but, you know, you're not supposed to let that happen. That's the point.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I thought the Jets were going to lose to the Texans coming off of, you know, beating the fucking Titans.
Yeah.
But
yeah, man. And Derrick Henry's a fucking beast, man.
Derrick Henry is
ridiculous.
Insane.
Derrick Henry's crazy. Antonio Brown, he's still AWOL, I think.
Fake COVID vaccination card.
Like it's kind of like they talk about UT. Like, you know, they talk about the Cowboys like they talk about UT. You know, it's gonna be a really good year. You know, we got all this stuff.
Literally, that's something I said the other day. I was like, the fucking Cowboys are the UT of the NFL.
Yeah, and they go, you know, Ezekiel Elliott, you know, and like, oh, yeah, and Shannon's like, you know, when he opens that gap, you know, we gotta go out there. You know, he's gonna get that long run. I'm like, what gap? He's not running. He's running for 3 yards. Where's the gap? Where I haven't seen him run a good play. I mean, where?
Yeah. I think people misinterpret big plays for good plays. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
My favorite plays are like those 4th and 3s and 4s, you know, where I mean, you might make it, you really might not. Mm-hmm. But here's the thing, though, like the play. I am not a coach. However, I wouldn't run up the fucking middle on some of these plays.
Yeah,
I don't understand. Are you trying to fake out the other team or something?
Yeah, I don't fucking know.
Yeah,
like on a.
And we're watching NFL later for the
like on a third and 7.
Yeah.
Let's run it up the middle.
Oh,
like,
no, that's literally some Texan shit. Run it on 3rd and 7. Like, you're not gonna fucking get it.
It's literally the Saints. I think Sean Payton should be locked up in jail for how bad of a coach he's been. And you know what? People slam me for this shit. Okay. You know, my little group of followers, my little monsters, I love them. But they're all like, you know, when Drew Brees is gone, I'm like, I'm fucking glad he's gone. Get the fuck out. I don't want to hear about him anymore. I don't care.
Yeah.
Go away, because you know what? They didn't give a shit about the city of New Orleans. They give a shit about his records, getting them all the records they want. And
that's a good point.
City of New Orleans has been through so much. Win it for the fucking city. Win it for the people. That's one of my favorite cities. I love New Orleans.
I really wanted them to win the. I thought they were gonna do it all last year.
And the officiating, by the way, god awful. The Bengals game and then the Rams game. Remember where Alvin Kamara? Remember he got hit with that helmet and they didn't even call it.
I mean, I think
I would have stopped the game, went in the locker room, and said, "We're not playing this shit."
Yeah, I think the officiating has gotten way worse. It's
you can't tell me there can't be some influence there.
Some of the penalties I think are bullshit.
The NFL, you can't even play a little rough anymore.
Yeah.
A flag. I mean, let the guys.
No, yeah,
like let them deck him out. That's what
when
people,
you watch a game, it's like a flag. Like
people don't want to see like you fucking softly tackling him. They want to see him get fucking rocked.
Yeah,
you know
it's literally
what I mean?
it's almost like always like a flag every other play. Like I remember Little League, we'd hit harder in Little League. We'd go crazy on each other.
I could hit hard in the bedroom.
Like 15 minutes a quarter, right? 15 minutes a quarter. So that's like what, an hour of football plus commercials and all that shit.
Oh my god!
But it turns into 3.5 hours because of fucking penalties.
Yeah.
And it takes 20 minutes to like decide penalties that are obviously like, you know, like, okay, and not everything's like a Myles Garrett where it's very obvious and we beat some guy in the head with a helmet, which I thought was fucking hilarious. But like, I think like I played rugby. I love rugby. I'm a small dude.
Oh, I played rugby too.
Yeah, I love it. I am a wing. I was a
fucking
hooker
loved
for a while.
rugby. Yeah.
Hook. Yes. And I mean, we have there's a certain way in 7s or 15s you tackle and run.
Mhm.
I've gotten hit pretty good, and pretty cheap shots, but we don't have flags.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't really have that.
That's what's great. I think rugby is going to grow a lot more in the U.S. because it's a rough sport.
Yeah, and
It's
people are
fun.
kind of over professional sports.
I broke my
too.
leg in rugby.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Were
I
you
got-
inbound him on the ruck and you just kind of got piled on?
It was actually during practice. I
my gosh.
tackled one guy, and then the biggest dude on the fucking team weighed like 300 pounds.
Oh.
He tackled the dude too, and he got on top of me, and I rolled one way, he rolled the other way, and my leg just twisted and snapped.
Oh my god.
But that rugby's a fun sport, man.
I was telling you about how I got this scar on my hand with the 5-finger fillet.
Oh yeah.
I
You play that shit?
Yeah, every now and then if I
Yeah.
get drunk enough. Excuse me, sorry. I was in a bar and we just kind of playing it for fun, and I was actually I mean I literally asked my high school friends, like I literally did this like at lunch with like a butter knife or like a pin.
Yeah.
I would literally go, I have on my fingers and I'd go chop. Like I got mad and I thought I stabbed myself, but he had actually stabbed me in the hand.
Damn.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
right in the middle
Yeah,
of
that's
it?
some old school Johnny Paycheck shit. No, like right there. Yeah, I mean, shit like that. But man, I was really hoping I could tell him remember I was telling you about the Atlanta
score.
trip.
Atlanta trip.
Remember I took that hardcore acid and we went to
Oh
Atlanta?
yeah, I remember you started. Yeah.
You want to hear that real quick?
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean, we
okay.
got fucking all the time. I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
how
I
long
know.
this-
Like he's in a rush because his wife's mad or some shit.
No, I have to have the camera back to her at 3:30 because
What
it's a
time
photo
is it?
shoot.
What time is
We're
it?
good right now. We have like
we got plenty of
Yeah.
time.
another 10 minutes.
So I was going to Atlanta to go do some work,
Mhm.
and I was gonna drive, and then my dad was like, "Hey, I got some stuff I got to do up there too. Why don't we drive
Yeah.
together?" I'm like, "Well, gee golly, it sounds like a good time." I love traveling with my dad too. I
Mhm.
love to,
Yeah.
and we don't get to be together as much anymore, so we get to drive up somewhere, do a little road trip. Always awesome. Play some music.
Yeah.
Listen to some Richard Pryor.
Mm.
And he loves Dave Chappelle. He
Yeah.
fucking loves Dave Chappelle. He loves it. The Jesse Smollett joke he did was so damn funny. You ever hear that one?
Which one?
When you talk about Jesse Smollett, who faked the hate crime.
No. I
Oh wait,
don't-
you
I
gotta
don't
hear
think I
that clip. It's
remember
hilarious. We'll watch it after you want.
Upstairs.
But I was like, and I was gonna miss. I was missing a concert. I think it was Dead and Company or something. But I was like, I still want to have a little trip for the trip.
Mhm.
So I called my guy. And I said, hey, I need some colors. Go to him, and he goes, hey, pretty good. I mean, this is stuff that made like Sid Barrett quit Pink Floyd, I guess.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'll just do half a hit. Maybe let him do the whole. I'll just half. So I get in my folks' house. I take it and I put it in there, and we're about to drive up. I'm kind of feeling a little bit, and I got like these custom Ray-Bans, a little purple right there. And
Yeah. Oh, that probably made shit look dope.
it was cool. And so we're getting there listening to Richard Pryor, and I'm laughing my ass off. And I get a text. He goes, the one text you don't ever want to get. Did you take it already? No, it was you haven't taken it yet, have you?
Oh shit.
Yeah, and I was like,
That have you.
I took half. He goes, okay, listen, the dosage is really strong. Normally it's Orange Sunshine, but this is a different one, and it was more of an average hit than it would be on a half.
Damn.
And I was like, all right, well, I guess I can roll with that, And I don't believe in excess,
Yeah.
And I'm in a small little car. We're driving. I'm in passenger seat, and normally I'm outside or at concerts, or wherever, at a juke joint, and tripping. Everything's going good, but you're just in the car forever and ever, and you're just like, God, I really want to move around because and it went, and I'm not kidding. I'm not making this shit up. There was a series of events that happened that it always happens to me when I do that stuff. Always the weirdest things happen. Like the weirdest things happen to me if I get a little too stoned or anything. So my dad, and we're in a Mercedes, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Normally you would stop at a gas station to take a piss. My dad pulls off on a random country road in the woods. I'm like, why are we out here? in a fucking Mercedes.
Yeah.
In a gravel road. I'm talking about yeehaw and shit out there. Like, probably a meth lab out there, And it was just weird. Okay, that was weird. And the ground's kind of pulsating a little bit. I'm like, okay. And I'm like, this is so weird. Can we just go to a gas station? 2 hours later, I'm really feeling it now. You know, I'm really feeling. I'm like, man, I just want to walk around. I gotta get out. I just want to walk around. Mind starts turning a little bit. You know, a little self guilt, a little paranoia. Boom, you're done. And so we go to this gas station. It's a big truck stop, and first thing I noticed was all the different types of Mountain Dews. Like, oh, they have orange and white, and I was like, oh,
damn.
That made me feel pretty good. You know, like I love the Dew. I love to do the Dew. Shout out Mountain Dew. And but you ever seen like those life-size like figurines of like singers and like Blues Brothers?
Like the cardboard cutouts and shit?
No, it was like full figurines. You can look them up. Like they're like Blues Brothers like statues. You know, like horn players and stuff. Yeah, you can look them up. They're in the South or everywhere. Like they're these horn players or Blues Brothers, James Brown. Like they're like life-size statues of them dancing. I turn a corner, and there's a whole room full of them. In the truck stop, and a whole upstairs, like a souvenir shop, upstairs full of these life-size figurines, and some of them are like positioned to where they're looking down over. So it's like a bunch of statues, and now they're all dancing and looking at me and staring at me. I'm like going by Jake Elwood, and he's like looking at me. So I go to the bathroom. I get in the bathroom. The most racist, deprived shit is written on the stalls and everything. And I'm like, oh, this is not cool. And one of them's like, Phil's a piece of shit. For a good time, call this number.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm like, a murder was here or some weird stuff. And I get in line to get water. I'm like, God, I hate this place. And I get in line with water, and there's a little dude in front of me. He's a trucker, and he's taking forever. And there's a lady behind me, and a whole line of people. I'm just kind of like, can we hurry up? And then a cop walks in. I'm like, oh, perfect.
Damn.
and the lady, he goes, hey, tell that motherfucker to hurry up. I got shit to do. And I really don't want to. And then I just go, and I just throw my bottle of water down and run out. And everybody's like, what the fuck is this? And I go, Pop, come on, we got to get the tires going. He goes, what the fuck is your deal? I go, come on. And 40 minutes later, I'm there. I'm just like this. I'm texting my girlfriend. I'm like, I'm just not that. I just feel like I'm not a good boyfriend to you. Like, and I'm like, oh shit. And because when you're enjoying it, it lasts a few hours. When you're not enjoying it, it's like 14.
Mm-hmm.
And then my dad just goes, what'd you take?
Damn.
I go, Pop. He goes, did you take Lucy? I go, yeah. He goes, all right. Well, it's probably not gonna get any better because we got to go to dinner and we got to meet a bunch of people. I go, we? I go, yeah. You remember? Like my dad's all like old. They look like the Goodfellas. Like my dad's old school like buddies from like a bunch of like Italian dudes. Like Paulie and shit. And like Tony or whatever. And I'm like, I don't want to see. I haven't seen him in like years, and I want to see him. He goes, well. You're going to because I already got a spot. I'm like, fuck. So as we're getting to Atlanta, it's like 30 lanes of traffic. Whoa. And I got Pink Floyd, and then I had like some Dead on the radio,
Pink Floyd always.
Yeah, and
I fucking love Pink Floyd.
I love it. And my favorite one is Any Color You Like.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what was really peaceful about this was Any Color You Like's playing. It's live at 72 at Brighton. The best rendition of that song performed. It's fantastic. Going to Atlanta, and all the skyscrapers are there, and the sun's setting behind me, so they're all bright orange. And I'm like, holy shit, we're going there, in that metropolis. And I'm just at the window, and I'm like, and my dad's just laughing his ass off. we get to the hotel. I have my sunglasses on. Atlanta's pretty hip, everybody's kind of cool there. They're kind of like old fashioned, like funk and soul people. I'm like, yeah, I can groove with that. And we're in the hotel, and this is how fucked up I am. I take everything out of my suitcase and put it in a plastic bag because I was self-conscious about the bag I was carrying. I didn't think people I was too uppity for them. And my dad goes, you have a Patagonia fucking duffel bag. What are you talking about? And my dad's like, I'll just let you be. I put everything in a plastic bag. And my dad's like, what? You look like insane. And I'm like, I have a room. He has a room down the hallway. I put on some jazz, and I'm trying to like drink some orange juice. I'm taking a shower, and I'm like scrubbing my knees and shit. Like, and we're about to go to dinner. The Uber driver was just such a weirdo. He goes, yeah, I just got divorced today. I'm like,
damn.
Can weird shit stop happening?
That's a fuck thing to say to your fucking Uber passengers. Yeah,
and my dad's like, oh yeah, isn't that? I'm just like, oh, fuck, like I just can't even like function. And we go to the restaurant. It's called Hal's Steakhouse. It's a fantastic restaurant. It's really like a mob kind of place. It looks like really Sinatra, low lighting.
Yeah.
Walk in the door. Blue light on the piano, kind of like ding ding ding, some cool shit. and the room is just like, whoosh, you know, it's like low lighting. All the pictures of all the football players on the wall all staring at me. And there's some really good looking waitresses there, you know.
Yeah.
And I've been there the past many times. And then me and my dad, we go to the bar, and I am not hungry. I don't want anything to drink. I just want a glass of water. And I'm just like this at the bar. And my dad's over there. You know, hey, they're trying. Like Lindsay's trying to talk to you. And you go, hey, you know, what do you want? Anything? I'm like, no, I'm good. And you go, oh yeah, he's a little tired, you know. All of a sudden, like 20 people going, hey, John, Mike, what the fuck you doing? And, like, and they're hoarding around me, and they're like grabbing your face, and like,
Damn.
I'm like,
how many hours were you in at this point?
oh my god, like 10.
Oh
Like,
shit.
and it wasn't getting any better. Like it was just like going down a hole, and I'm like, ah. You know, and I remember like I remember I went up to like the piano player, like, hey, you know, here's $50. Can I just like sit next to you, just kind of, I just want to watch you play piano, just like chill. Every motherfucker in that restaurant is just like looking at me. My eyes are like, you know, and everybody's like, he must have did a bump in the bathroom. My dad's like, oh no, no, not that crap. It was, and I just remember like going by the hotel, and I said, Pop, look, as embarrassing as it is to ask you, can I sleep on your couch tonight? I just don't want to be alone.
Yeah.
Like I was that just paranoid, you know, and that's kind of when it started going down. But yeah, like that's
crazy.
I still think about that shit.
When was this?
This was like this was over the summer.
Wow.
Yeah, you know, it was over the summer, man.
Damn.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean, like I do a lot of traveling. I've had some like really weird shit happens to me all the time. One time me and Cameron in an elevator. It was a DoorDash guy, and he goes, "Yeah, you know, my mom died, and they want me to work today. Like, what the hell? Like, that's how you know I'm not making this shit up, because that literally happened.
Yeah,
me
it's
and him
random.
Random shit will happen to me. Just
Anyways,
random
yeah,
shit.
let's
All right.
wrap
Yeah.
it. We'll have a part 2 with
Oh,
Uncle
yeah.
Mike here.
Mm-hmm.
Be in town for a bit.
Yeah.
We'll put the link for your podcast in the description.
Is it a video and audio?
It's just audio.
Audio.
Yeah.
What
My
is it
studio
on?
is really cool, but I gotta get the camera thing set up.
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah.
not very high tech. Yeah.
What's it on?
Oh, YouTube.
YouTube.
All right.
Yep, the
yeah.
Hi Uncle
Cool.
Mike Show. HI, not HIG.
HI.
Yeah.
So we'll
Gotcha.
put the link to that. Also, we're working on a Christmas giveaway for you guys. We'll announce the details on that
What are you
next
giving
episode.
away?
We
We'll
still
announce the
gotta figure that
details
out.
on that
Oh,
next episode.
The answer is I don't fucking know.
But
So,
anyways,
Hopefully it's a football.
Why
or
don't
something.
you? I mean, we could talk about this later, but yeah. Comment what you want us to give away. Obviously, don't make it a fuck ton of money because we're not rich. But yeah, let us know what you want. We'll do our best to get it to you. But yeah, appreciate y'all watching. Make sure to check out Mike's show, the Hi Uncle Mike Show, and we'll catch y'all later. Appreciate y'all watching.
Ciao.